mateys? It's me, Explosion99. I'm back here with another CTF map review. This one, it's Skull Cove by Moose101Dude. And to kick things off, we'll start with spawn, as we usually do. First problem, this sponge right here. Now, according to lag, oh, I was right to turn my chat off, dang it. But chat, lag's pretty high. But as you can see, if you put like stairs or slabs over sponge, it still recognizes it through half a block. So if a player were to step here, they just go launching up like this, and that could be a little bit of a problem because as you can see like that. So change that up, as well as from here. This is supposed to be a boat or a barge, maybe barge. I think barge, yeah. But anyways, if I had the flag, I'd probably come over here, maybe be an engineer, set up my turret, whatever, cake, set my little setup, and you could just camp here. So yeah, this is great to like fit the theme of like pirates and stuff like that. But it's archers and stuff, they can just camp here, and that's probably not going to be fun trying to recover it from them, because if you're an archer, you know, you headshot them, he just walks right out of spawn, flex the flag, and you know, goes to hide behind the cannon or something like that. So that's not really a good setup around here. And then as well as the location. Now lag, it's kind of messed with the sponges, but I tested out with like 20% lag, and these sponges, they only took me to about like right there. Now they're taking me all the way over here. So I think the sponges are correct to land right there. I think it just might be the lag that's kind of messing it up. Anyways, from here we'll move on to the flag room. So once you take the sponge off the boat, you're dumped somewhere in this general area. You turn right onto this here ship, and it's an okay ship. A lot of wood. It's a little bit bulky. Could be a little bit better. But anyways, to the flag room, all you have to do is just really jump down here, and you're right here. Or you have like a ladder right here in this here hatch. So you have two main hatches here. I think there should be like a ladder here too, kind of like how this one is right here. Just so it gives a fair advantage. And then you also have a staircase back here. Now, I'm pretty sure that you could probably set up like a turret somewhere in this area. So you might want to go and extend the flag range using the block that's used to do it. The stone brick monster eggs. Anyways, that's really the flag area right here. The ship could be a little bit better, but then again, you know, he said this is his first map, so it's expected. Anyways, there's a good archer spot on here. You can just climb up this here flag post, and you can either sit in these sails or even up here, and you can just camp here as archer and shoot all over the map. Or you can go and come on this little triangle sail. But yes, this can be a problem because, as you can see, let me turn my render distance. We'll go to 12. After it loads, you have a pretty big distance of range. As you can see, it's still going on, it's still going on all the way to the other side. But you can pretty much headshot anyone in this range just from this area, as well as anyone right here. But anyways, let's just move on. Okay. So anyways, oh my gosh, I'm so sorry. Freaking tab. You know, you launch out here. Let's say you're going to get the flag. You go along here and stuff like that. You're coming along. Unfortunately, this area is very open to archers from both sides, actually. Because as you can see from right there, actually, I was going past the skull and this little bitty cross section that goes into the skull. And then this can be a problem because, you know, it's not really going to be fun if you're walking out of spawn, you're getting headshotted. And I don't think I covered that, but I think you could deal with spawn prod here. Let's count. Just spawn 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, So yeah, you could probably deal with spawn prot if you're like pyro, medic, or any other class besides dwarf. And that can be a little bit of a problem, considering that there's like a whole band of people down there, and you just go in there and you wreck them. But besides this main path, you have this path right here. This goes into the skull. Now, this skull is a little disappointing as far as what's in here, because it's just a blank room. Maybe you should add like a staircase back here that goes to up there, up here where like the rocks are. Maybe like make an entrance right here, like a well or something like that you can then go into the cove. So yeah, this in here, it's a little disappointing. It's a little bit of cover. I think this is like one of the very few places in this map that has cover. So as you can see, it's very open, very, very open. And this isn't really good if you have to deal with all these archers. It's not going to be fun. Because I mean, like, if I had to go archer, if I was a good archer, I'd probably camp in this eye right here, and sort of like shoot out onto my ship, and then headshot anybody that's coming onto it, and that can be a big problem. So there's not really much cover. And then as you come out here, you're onto the other side. And one thing about this map is that it's flipped, not flipped and rotated. So what flipped and rotated would mean is that this half of the skull would be right here. That's what flipped and rotated means. He just flipped it as like a book. So it's right. So like I think the center it's 2 blocks wide for the center. Yeah, 2 blocks wide for the center. So it's kind of a problem because it gives people a disadvantage is right there. Another thing is that let's say I wanted to be a soldier, I'd come out right off the back, climb up onto this wall and just run as soldier. Now there is cold blocks here if you get knocked off. I mean, like, no one's really gonna notice a soldier that's running along here. Because I mean, chances are I'd just go all the way around, just say YOLO and just walk around here. People like, oh no, he's just doing what he's doing. Anyways, you climb up here, do whatever, come down here, get the flag. I kind of like this flag room. I mean, there's little spots where it can be a little uneven. Like, let's say I had the flag, I was camping next to a medic right here, no one could really get me. So that's something to think about, as well as back here, At least he did cover this up. Is it? Okay, yeah, it is full. Anyways, remove this back wall. It's okay if the water runs off. It's not okay to have something like this, because I mean it goes all the way around the map. Like, as you can see right here, all the way around the map. So this could give like class an uneven advantage, maybe like assassin, having to deal with less things. Now, okay, that's one thing he did good, is that he sort of made it cut off, but I'd still get rid of this part. It's okay if the water runs off. It's not a big deal. It's better than having this as a pathway for other classes. Now let's just move on up here. Up here, it's kind of bland. I mean, he does use this red sand and this cyan clay. But I mean, there's not really much cover. And then you come to this little, like, village. There's villages on both sides. But I mean, let's say, I wanted to go necro this map, okay? Go on to the other team's side, I'd probably camp right here. Just go into this little big adobe. And then place my spawner right here, and no one can get me. Because, I mean, this little gap, people couldn't reach through there. They'd be like, ugh, can't get you. And then you have all the necros running around bouncing all off the walls. So, either, like, cover these up, or create a different entrance maybe from, like, the roof, so someone could actually kill a person that's camping in here. There's not really much problem other than TNT. Not too bad. Let's see, is it hollow underneath? No, okay, good. Because you could probably place a teleport right down there, and then you could go and teleport in there, and you could just survive in there. And that wouldn't be good. There's a fire pit, either side. Kind of unique trees. I think they're supposed to be like palm trees. It's kind of cool. From the side, it kind of looks like Mickey Mouse, somewhat. with like bites sticking out of his ears. Anyways, so there's not a lot of cover. I mean, now let's move on to the landscape. Okay, underwater. Here, we'll just good aerial view. Okay, there's kind of like a weird zigzag with the way that the sand's laid out. I mean, it's sort of immediate zigzags. It's going zigzag, and it's going all the way across. And it's sort of not really like fascinating, not really cool. And it goes all the way up to the shore right here. So that's kind of an issue. You have these little islands over here, which maybe, I don't know, this kind of looks like, maybe could look like his hand. It's like kind of scooping up out of the water. Because you have, oh wait, no. Never mind. That was just an idea. But there's like, kind of like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and then 8 all the way down there. But yes, you know, you could probably be an engineer, camp up here, or you know, ooh, you could even like put your turret right there, and you know, can just camp right here. You have your cake here somewhere. So that could be a little bit of an issue. I'd probably add artificial waves. Now I know they're hard to do, but it's good if you use like the invisible block. I think it's block 36. I'm not so sure. I forgot. But I mean, make like a cool like tidal wave coming in, kind of give people cover against archers and stuff like that. Make it look like it's coming over the docks, just so it provides a little bit of cover. I mean, the water would probably make shooting harder for the archers, but you could probably hide like wool in there, or even glass. So like make the tidal wave like 3 thick. Maybe like raise the water level a little bit to show that it's kind of like a tsunami or something like that. That'd be cool. Now to get up here, there's only maybe like basically 2 ways, or 2 main ways for a non-soldier or ninja class, and it's just a sort of like walk up here. Now this is a little bit sort of like jumpy. I don't like. He says that you know you could use these as like stairs, but this is kind of bad. Just trying to get up, because I mean if you're trying to escape people, you know, it's gonna be kind of hard for you to jump up all these stairs. I mean, I guess you could probably do it like in a diagonal way. I mean, you're still getting something like that. I'm using my sprint key, or my double, whatever you know, sprint key to try and get up these. So that can be a little harder. I mean, if you're still like using the whole like double tap W, does that even still work? Okay, yeah, it does still work. It's been so long since I used it. But yeah, it could be a little hard if you don't use the sprint key. You double tap your forward key. So yeah, I'd probably extend the beach out, maybe. I would also use something other than stone. Probably make the skull a bit more like skullish, like a human skull. Make like his actual head like come way out here like this. Add a back entrance into the cove, because I mean, you could probably camp in here as an engineer. Yeah, like put your turret like right outside here, and you know, I'd probably camp like right here and put your cake down. You could just jump across, fill it up, and go about your day. You could even probably put your... Ooh, let's go back to spawn real fast. I turned on my chat off, dang it. But yeah, you could probably put your spawner like somewhere around here. You could... Wait a second. Let's see. Whoops. I want to see them real fast. Okay, no, that's right, I turned my chat off, never mind. I was going to see if this was more than 18 or so blocks away, because I mean, you could probably put like a turret right there, or maybe even one right back there, and you have full cover of the ship. And no one could really get on other than ninjas or soldiers who like come around this little back way, and they climb up here. But yeah, that could be a problem if you have like an engineer or necro camping in this general area, preventing people from climbing up this back route, which there is a back route right there. You could just jump on, swim over, climb up the ladder, sort of like jump over, come in here, boop, get it, come back out. and you're on your way. But if you have like an engineer there, it could be a problem. Necro here, you could put your zombies could walk into the 5 room. Make more cover over here. Probably have like maybe some like roll or like some like spiky points, spiky mounts, something like that. That'd be pretty cool. Change the sculpt a bit. I know this is your first map, but I mean like this kind of reminds me from Jake from Adventure Time. Sorry, I'm blanking at the moment. But change the so it looks like an actual skull with maybe like an open jaw. Keep so archers could actually shoot into there. Add like a tidal wave with like a layer of glass supporting it to prevent like archers from being overpowered in this map. Add more like spiky points back here to sort of like to give soldiers a bit more of a chance other than just these palm trees. Make this more like landscape. Like I don't like looking at just full stone ground maps. Maybe even change it so that the stone is a different type of material, like maybe using light gray clay or wool or even clay. That'd look pretty cool in clay. Add some more detail to the pirate ships. Probably make the docks a little, or the boardwalk a little bit bigger. A bit more detail into these. Maybe add like a couple like lifeboats off to the side. Add a couple more pirate ships in here that like flipped over from the tidal wave. Remove this back wall. Maybe add another way, like more ways across. Maybe make lily pads. Add lily pads all over the map. Make it so they go to this map. Maybe add a kind of like a ladder system going up to this dock or to the main deck, and then you can just jump in here like this. Or even here, hold on a second. If I can get out of here. Add like a secret entrance from underneath that goes up into like this little bitty room right here, or this underneath the staircase right here. Maybe add like a piston that opens up and people can then come up through under there, or even just a trapdoor. Maybe make like a secret way in, so this way if someone was like an engineer was camping right there, probably just like jump into the water and be like, nope, not today, and just go and climb underneath. So he used sandstone for this. I guess that is a bit different, but I mean, less realistic. I mean, probably go back to using sand, or maybe even red sand. You know, you start make some use of the red sand along here. Change it so that all of this sandstone is red sand. Make it a little bit cleaner, I'd say. You could probably even be like an engineer right here camping. Change the skull. I know I've said that a bunch before. Add more detail to the pirate ships. Make spawn a little bit differently. Maybe make spawn. Maybe make spawn like on a wave. Like there's like another wave coming up, and then make spawn over like up on that wave. That'd look pretty cool. But yeah, maybe add like a big tidal wave coming over, washing over this dock right here. Maybe add some like crates in the water, so like people do parkour across it rather than just having these 3.5 main ways across. But overall, it has a lot of potential. This is like a good like foundation blueprint, but you just have to go and you have to like add all the functionalities to it, make it better. Change that. Maybe make this like a lighthouse or like a abandoned lighthouse. I mean, it doesn't matter if it's completely identical as long as it doesn't affect gameplay. It should be fine. But yeah, maybe make this like just like a lighthouse. That would be pretty cool. Because I mean, even then, let's see. I bet you could ghost cap. Let's see. Let's go in here. Actually, wait, no. There's a ladder right there. Let's take a. Okay. Toss my ender pearl. Jump down. Oh wait, no. Never mind. It's on this side. Never mind. But yeah, I mean, I'd probably stand right here. I mean, if you're really good, actually, wait, let's go right here. Toss your ender pearl somewhere over there. Drop down, invisible. Clip this ladder. Come down, get the flag. You know, do whatever it does, ghost capping does, and next thing you know, you're teleported all the way across the map. So that can be an issue of itself. So overall, it has a lot of potential. And I think it's time to rate this, but I don't have my rating sheet anywhere, so I'm gonna go find it. Oh, okay, I'm back. I found it. So, whoops, my fan is pushing it off my table. Okay, so the idea of it, I do like how it's like a cove, but you know, I don't think there's been a pirate one other than like ship battle. So I think this is like the actual, or like another pirate map. So for the idea, I'd probably give him a half, just because it's just, you know, 2 ships, 2 barges, and like a Skull Cove. Maybe add more pirate ships over the place. That'd spice up the map. Accessibility, it's very accessible, but it's too accessible. So, you know, I could just walk right out of spawn, and next thing you know, whoop, I'm next to the flag room. Look, I could abuse my spawn prot. I could be the type of heavy that just comes here and, you know, kills any players here. Then I go and I retype it, and I just keep doing that. There's a bit of, this is kind of vague. You could be pointing in to say, oh, the flag room is all the way over here. And they're like, no, it's not. But I mean, accessibility, I'd probably give it, I don't know how I want to go about doing this, because it's too accessible. So which means that could give it a good score, but if it's too accessible, which means it's too archer ops, I'm going to have to go with no points for that. Just because, you know, all this accessibility, it means a lot of archers. And this map is going to draw archers like a flock of seagulls. There's like gold down here for like booty, or like where pirate ships go and like dump their treasure. Maybe make like a treasure chest here. And it takes you all the way over to the lighthouse, if you make that a lighthouse. Let's go on to flow and layout. The layout, I feel, is kind of small, a small map. I guess it's medium compared to like Blackout. Well, actually, I think it's about the same size, or roughly the same size as Blackout. Because I mean, chances are, well, actually, could be. This, like, from where that edge of the dock is to that edge, that could be like the center, or the size of the center building in Blackout. So I mean, this can be a problem for ninja, or yeah, for ninjas, pearl capping and stuff like that. So the flow and the layout, I'd probably give them half a point. Class bias, I feel as if, you know, a soldier could just run along these outer walls, make him very, very easy to cap. As well as camping on the boat, you know, you get headshotted, up, whoop-de-doo, walk right back out of spawn, up, look at this, I have the flag again, and now I have spawn prot, so now you can't headshot me again. And then he's gonna go like run away, you know, or ooh, even if you're medic, you could probably just like camp underneath here, no, you're untouchable. Yeah, just like camp under the water. So maybe make it so that there's no real ground to this way a medic can't just like camp there. So class bias, I'd probably give this a 0 because it's very archer op. I mean, I guess the trees provide some support for soldiers, but I mean, then again, an archer could just pick them off with like toothpicks, and there's nothing they could really do about it. So class biasy 0. I'm sorry, I have to go with it. Archers too damn hop. Flaws, I don't know where to begin with this. The overall flaw in here with that main sponge, I think these are like the only sponges in the entire map. But this just launching, this can be a little bad. Flaws, I mean, you have these little huts up there that can be a little overpowered if someone camps in them. In here, this can be a flaw. The overall building flaws, just aesthetics. You know, make the skull a bit more like humanistic skull-like. If you need help, I could probably help you out with that. I'm pretty good at that kind of stuff. Make the ships more detailed. I make good pirate ships. I don't mean to sound like I'm trying to advertise myself or my skills, but you know, I'm willing to help you, because I mean, if this map, you know, gets good ratings and it gets added, it's probably going to be most of my changes or my ideas that kind of affect it and drive it. But yeah, creating spikes up here, maybe make this like a little bit of a valley will give archers less of an advantage from up here, because this will be too high. Make it a separate entrance in there. So for flaws, I'd give him a half, because I mean, the flaws, they're fixable, they're pretty minor. You just have to take the right steps for it. Now on to originality. Originality, I kind of like this. It's very original. I kind of like docks. However, Archer op, it's very original. I haven't seen a real like map that has sort of like an overall like theme. Well, I shouldn't say that. Well, like something that really suits the map, like Skull Cove. That's basically like this. I mean, Serpent Lair is kind of like that, because it has the two serpents. But I mean, yeah, the head kind of looks kind of squashed. So make this a little bit better. Originality, I'd give him half a point. Just, I mean, it's pretty original. I like the trees. I don't think I've seen these trees before. Maybe just add like coconuts. I know there's like some coconut heads that you could add onto these trees. I didn't cover blocks used, did I? Well, jump back a bit. Okay, blocks used. There's a lot, and I mean a lot, of stone, and wood, and water. But anyways, change the stone up. I don't like seeing a bunch of stone maps, or all stone maps, or stones as the main building material for landscapes. He does include some of the red sand, but change it from regular sand to red sand. I think that would look pretty cool. Change it from this being stone to maybe like a stained clay, hardened clay even, or even just regular clay. That'd change the look. Add spikes up there. I don't know where I'm going with this, but anyways, change the water, sandstone, get rid of this wall, skull, lighthouse, maybe, tidal wave, blocks used, change that. But for blocks used, I'd give him 0, because stone, wood. I mean, there's some sandstone underneath here, but I mean, it's still pretty overused. Like Blackout, Blackout overuses it a lot. I mean, once these two are really the main ways to get up there. I mean, I don't think there's any like smaller parkour way that you can take to get up there. No, yeah, because you know, here you can't get up. I mean, unless you're a soldier, but I mean, there's not really any way to get up here. Which is why I recommend maybe adding a separate back entrance to the back of the skull that kind of goes up. Remove at least like this bottommost layer. Remove this, because I mean, otherwise you're gonna get a lot of medics to camp underneath here with their water breathing. So get rid of this wall. Get rid of the main, or that, yeah, the bottommost sea floor. Maybe add some like coral underneath or something like that. Make it more, or like increase the design ratio underneath. Blocks used 0. I'm sorry. This map has a lot of potential though. You just gotta fix it up. Request help if you need it. But yes, if this map does get added, I'd probably like it. I mean, that is if the archers don't seize the map and claim it as their own. Ooh, what's this? This, my sir, is a problem. It doesn't match the rest of these. I'm sorry, OCD. Maybe either shrink it Ep.2 or expand it or like add a definite center. I mean, it's not that hard to do. You just gotta do that. So that's basically it. This has been Skull Cove by Moose101Dude. And so this has been Explosion. Oh, I forgot my sword. I should have left it. Arr, mateys. This has been Skull Cove by Moose101Dude. I'm Explosion. Thanks for sailing with me. Bye. If you liked this map, or like, if you want it to be added into the current rotation as is, like this, like the video, dislike the video if you don't like the map, if you think it needs more work, if you think it shouldn't be added. This helps me and the map creator know if his or her map is viewed good by the public. Just like it if you liked it. Don't just leave a comment. Comments take up time. Likes just to give an overall view. Thanks for watching. Bye.